The last few days have been extremely interesting for XRP, and a lot of people are questioning what's going on with the whole Elon Musk situation and why are so many people talking about it, and what's going on tomorrow, as apparently there's some sort of community day and many people are wondering, is it going to do something for the XRP price? Should we be worried? Should we be watching? And also, are we buying XRP right now or are we selling? Let's talk about that first. So before I even dive into the crazy conspiracies with Elon Musk right now, I'll quickly state that we've been stating for a long time that a very good buy range for XRP would be between $2.70, so $2.70 and $2.60. And as you can see right here, the price earlier today went to about $2.65, something along those lines. For a lot of us, unfortunately, in a bad time zone-wise, depending on where you live at. Because for the Europeans, it could have been at around 7 o'clock or so in the morning. But nonetheless, it was a pretty nice dip for XRP, and anybody who caught it right now is up juicy numbers. And if you're wondering why things are going down, we discussed that in a live stream earlier, but it's basically due to the launch of, or at least the popularity of, DeepSeek, just a new AI from China. But again, if you're wondering, are we buying or are we selling? I basically stated that this is a good area to buy in. And even right now, I guess I should say below $3, you're at least getting yourself a good like 7% or so discount from these previous prices, is just not as good as before. So if you're playing with very tight stop losses or you're playing with a very tight liquidation point, then obviously here you're at a significantly higher risk than if you could have bought earlier. But if you think about it for your spot bags, or even just if you want to start building a longer term position, then right now it's still significantly cheaper than the last few days, maybe 10% or so almost. Something along those lines. And so I'd say it's definitely not too bad. So if I was new, for example, I'd personally think of buying some here at, for example, $2.92 or whatever it's at. Right now it's actually going up, $2.94.95. But just now when I started the video, it was $2.92. In my opinion, a pretty good price. Now, that is already with the idea that this whole AI debacle might cause us to go lower. Because I'm always open and realistic in the sense that if there's so much fear, uncertainty, and doubt with regards to this DeepSeek AI right now and how we should value markets, then yes, things could be on the chopping block for a bit more. Which is why my main buy targets for XRP between $2.60 and $2.70, like I stated earlier, and between $1.90 basically and $2. Those are my main regions. Why not slightly above $2? I don't think it's a bad idea to even buy it, for example, $2.06, $2.03, just slightly above a major psychological barrier. But if it were to go lower, we saw that the price bounced off recently a few times at about $2 and about $1.90, $1.89, something like that. And so those are two areas I'm going to be watching carefully, because even if we go back so low, to that level, it wouldn't necessarily be bad. Again, the entire market right now has seen some crash, or I guess levels of crash we've not seen in an extremely long amount of time. So we also got to accept it. We got to just accept it. Anyway, before we dive into Elon Musk, right now, a lot of people are talking about some XRP day, some XRP thing going on. Just got off a call with the Ripple team, prepping for the XRP community day tomorrow. And I can tell you, the stuff we're sharing is going to be pure gold. The world isn't ready for what's coming, so hyped. With around the same time, Brad Garlinghouse sharing, hey, it's been a slow weekend. Is anything exciting happening? Which was interesting. As you can see, the market picked it up with a lot of views, partially also because XRP was under a lot of scrutiny for potentially, sabotaging a Bitcoin reserve in the US. But if we're taking a look here, some of the articles that got so much attention recently were this. For example, this right here, 300,000 views. Breaking news, Elon Musk tweet. Thinking about buying more XRP, the dips are too tempting. It was up for about 20 seconds before being deleted. That right now has been going so viral. This again, 300,000 views on this one. Did Elon Musk tweet about XRP today? Yes, Elon Musk did tweet about XRP today, but the tweet was very brief and was deleted after 20 seconds. This action led to significant speculation within the cryptocurrency community over what Musk might have intended to convey. And if I'm scrolling through, maybe it's mostly towards the upside here. I think so. There have been a lot of posts that I just quickly harnessed here as everybody's talking about what this might mean and whether or not it's really true. One thing that they mention is that Elon Musk has been asked about XRP before. He knows about it, and there's this little clip.
Given how punitive the SEC has been towards crypto under this administration, do you envision the XRP ledger being incorporated into the financial institutions in the future?
Well, I certainly cannot speak to any specific crypto, but I do think that the sort of cryptocurrency is an interesting and probably valuable bulwark against a centralized control. So, this is definitely not an endorsement or lack of endorsement for XRP, but I do think crypto, by its very nature, it helps with individual freedom.
Now, I've been looking around a bunch, and nobody's able to find the exact tweet or know if this is really true or not. And the funny thing is, I don't think it really matters that much if a person like Elon Musk talks about it. But again, it just got so much attention. DAI here had 400,000 views on this as well. And again, here it was, did Elon Musk tweet about XRP today? Yes, Elon Musk did tweet about XRP today, and like I just said, and if I type it into Grok, this is again Twitter's or X's own AI. Again, I posted, did Elon Musk tweet about XRP yesterday/today? And it says there have been multiple reports and discussions on social media suggesting that Elon tweeted about XRP, specifically mentioning an interest in buying more XRP due to tempting dips. However, these reports also claim the tweet was deleted after being up for only 20 seconds. The exact content of the tweet, according to some post, was thinking of buying more XRP, the dips are too tempting. Now, when I read this, it sounds to me like a bit of a fairy tale, a made-up joke, because it's just too good, right? What is the chance that he really put that and quickly deleted it? It feels strange to me, mostly because this is not really his style, and also because I kind of feel as if it's just too good to be true. Then again, I wonder how this spreads around if it's not. Somebody was just sitting there thinking, I'm going to say Elon Musk just deleted this with no merit. What's the point? I don't get why people would do that, but I would take this with 70,000 grains of salt and just assume that it is fake, just to be sure. As there's a lot of websites posting about it, there's a lot of people tweeting about it, but there's no way to confirm as it's done. And I guess there's some accounts that put a full log of what Elon Musk has tweeted, like a full-on, like a non-removable log of every single tweet, but I could not find it. I searched for a little bit, and I could not find an account that reposts every single thing that Elon posts without deleting it. So even if Elon deletes it, then we can still find it. There's probably somebody out there who can find it, though, who can prove if this is real or not. But I'm thinking if it was real, then somebody would have most likely found one of those accounts and shared the Elon Musk copy account where he would have said this. So that's why I'm thinking it is most likely not real. Also because it's a bit too good to be true, and very often then it is. What is not necessarily too good to be true is the news that just came out about Ripple securing their new license in New York. And I guess maybe Texas. I'm not so sure about that part. I guess, okay. Apparently they secured a new money transmitter license in both New York and Texas. I only knew about the New York one. And apparently Ripple now holds over 55 money transmitter licenses globally, including 33 in the US. But from what I read, it's now actually over 50 in the US, as that's what a lot of articles have been posting. So this is a bit conflicting. I'm not so sure which one to trust right there. But I believe CoinDesk just shared that their amount is at 50, so I also shared the same. If this is not true, please do let me know, because that is what I found out. But this brings up what I've said for a long time, right? And by the way, if you're looking to trade XRP, check out the link down below to Bluefin, because that's where I'm trading on right now. You can see things are doing pretty good. Even the trade from earlier today, if anybody took it, our trade here starts at 271. Theoretically speaking, anybody could have probably gotten in at like 268, because I'm thinking, even if you went for the 270 to 260 range, you're probably not going to be lower than 265, because that's the lowest that it went here. So you couldn't have even averaged it. So I'm going to say 268 is probably the lowest that some of the people have gotten that were really attentive. And so from that perspective, right now, we're up roughly 11% or so, which is already juicy. And again, we just established as well, a very beautiful trading route could be selling at $3, buying back at roughly 270, 260 or so, something along those lines. And right now, it seems to be happening again. I mean, you could have already sold earlier, but even if you're still holding it now, you might be thinking of selling there again. Not because that's going to be the end point, but those are just very, very simple trades. Again, you never know where things are going to be tomorrow. But like I was stating, we keep seeing more and more positive news for Ripple, XRP, etc. And there's so much negativity going around, but you see, the price just keeps recovering. And I've seen a lot of articles of people saying, watch out, Ripple's going to dump on us soon. They're going to throw things to zero. But think about it. For Ripple's perspective, it makes so much more sense. And it's so much more logical if they keep the price high. They do everything in their power to keep the price high because theoretically speaking, it's just like MicroStrategy, right? People often say Ripple is XRP, and the response is often MicroStrategy is Bitcoin then? Just because that's the main thing that they buy or hold? Well, not necessarily. People might buy for that reason, but if that were to be true with Ripple as well, it would very much be in their best interest to keep their amount of XRP high and keep the token price per coin high so the valuation of their company or just their assets under management are also higher. So if you think about it from that perspective, Ripple is not playing against you. The only way in which I think they might be playing against you is that if they have to choose between Ripple's success and XRP's success, they most likely choose Ripple, as that's also what the board is there for, right? They should be choosing Ripple's best interest over anything else, which is logical. So there might be a conflict of interest, but then again, if they're primarily holding this coin, it will most likely make sense for them to do good for the coin because it's also their money on the line. So people often say, no, but. Those are my thoughts about it. You cannot think, in my opinion, that they're going to let XRP die or do bad. They're going to try to get every connection, every single possible link, whatever, to make the price do as well as possible, is my own opinion. And then I always come back to saying that's why I max long XRP all the time. Like right now, if I was awake earlier, you would have seen at least another $1 million added to this position. I told you guys I was going to go crazy, but unfortunately, I was not awake at the time to get myself a juicy position in. And as you all know, I don't really like to put orders overnight because sometimes you get completely wrecked that way. In this case, I probably could have because it was that low where it's quite okay. But as you can see, for example, let's say you were thinking of buying XRP at $3 and then buying it again once it went lower and lower and lower. The negative thing could have been here that it's not so nice to buy a chart that is significantly down like what we saw here because of negative news with the DeepSeek AI. So in this case here, it would have been better to skip the $3 altogether or buy a small chunk and then add heavy there. However, some might have stated as well that, again, this was already too clutch of a buy. We should actually wait for a further shakeup potentially of the market and perhaps try to get in at $2 or wait altogether. But I'm saying again that right now we're still quite cheap. Below $3 is not that high in my own humble opinion, but because of all the fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the market, it could be wise to wait for another juicier, lower position, even though it's not what I would personally do. I just told you at the start of the video what I would do, but again, right now it would have worked because we're up a few cents from that point already. We're up like 2% or so from the earlier spot. But again, you never really know for sure. So even though we were right, oh, amazing, amazing, this is not something to write home about because you are not sure. And the higher the price goes, the more uncertain it gets, which means, again, the lower the things go, the better they should get. So if you were thinking of buying yesterday, right now we're so much lower that it's a way better buy, right? Because you still are roughly 5% lower than yesterday. So from that perspective, it's good. If you compare to the dip, though, yes, you're buying significantly higher than that, which sucks. I know, but I never like to think about it that way. Yeah. Those are my thoughts. If you want to trade, check out the link down below to 𝗏𝗏𝗀. You can check it all out. And that's about it for this video right now. Make sure you put that notification bell on though, so you're always notified if something crazy happens. And of course, if something crazy happens tomorrow, I'll be covering it for sure.